Hey YouTube family, welcome back to another video, and today I'm doing a basic full set with chrome accents at the tip of the nail. So as you guys can see, I am starting out with my prep using my 150 sanding band. I do love to use the mini sanding band instead of the regular sanding band that we usually use, so I am loving this mini sanding band. My focus while I'm prepping is the side walls and the cuticle area, because this is where most of the lifting starts, so you cannot be scared to get close to the cuticles and get in them side walls. Also, if you notice that the nail already looks like it has been prepped, that's because we did a soak off before. My drill is at 6,000 RPM. I never go over 6,000 because we're prepping the natural nail, which is very sensitive, and we do not want to apply too much pressure. The main aim of prepping is to remove the shine from the natural nail so the acrylic can adhere properly. After that, I'm going to come in with my nipper and remove any excess cuticles. That way, when I'm applying my cuticle bead, this does not get in the way. This only takes like 5 seconds, so it works if you just come in with your nipper and spare that extra 5 seconds to prevent any type of barrier in between the acrylic and the natural nail. Now I'm going to trim my client's nail, that way her natural nail doesn't show underneath the tip. My clients hate to see their natural nail underneath the tip, so I have to remove that, especially because we're not doing an overlay. So I'm going to remove all the excess dust from my client's nail because I always want to start working on a clean surface. Now I'm going to use a lint-free wipes and alcohol to dehydrate the nail. This will help remove oils and excess moisture. Dehydrating the nail leaves the nail in the ideal state for primers and acrylic to bond properly, so that is why I like to dehydrate. Measuring my tips, making sure they fit from side to side because I want the nail to have its full strength. Once you use a tip that is too small, then the nail can break and chip easily, and we do not want this. Usually when I measure for both hands, and if I'm on the second hand and it needs a smaller tip or a bigger tip, I most times just need to switch out one, or I don't need to switch out any at all. So I like to measure for both hands in one shot, and if needs be, I'll just go ahead and switch it out. Now I'm using my brush on glue and applying the glue exactly at the free edge. You do not need to glue the nail halfway down the nail. So when you're gluing your nail, you always want to make sure that you glue them as straight as possible. That one was crooked, so I make sure that I take it off and glue it straight, because the last thing you want to do is glue the tip crooked and then it's super hard for you to get your shape back in the end. So make sure that your client's hands are completely relaxed and you get to glue the nail completely straight from the beginning. This will give you a jump start to perfect shaping. Make sure when you apply your nail glue, you're not applying too much that it will run in your sidewalls, because having your nail glue running in your sidewall can also cause lifting, because now you're going to have a barrier, which is the nail glue between the nail plate and the acrylic. Now I'm just going to cut the nail tips to my client's desired length, and we're doing short today. After that, I'm going to guesstimate the second hand. Usually I cut just a little bit longer than I think it is, because I'm going to come back and put them side to side, making sure everything is on the same length. When I put them side to side, I put them cuticle to cuticle, and this is how you're going to know if your nails are on the same length. So you're going to align the cuticles next to each other. If there is anything that needs to cut, I'm just going to go ahead and cut that. That way when we're applying and we're shaping, it will take less time. We are doing square, but we're going to do a little bit, make it a little bit tapered. So I'm using my 100 grit hand file, and I'm just slightly tapering the nails before I apply my acrylic. This step doesn't usually take long. I would say usually takes about 5 minutes, because the nails are short and it's not like we're bringing them to coffin or almond, so it's not going to take that much time. I'm not making sure the shapes are perfect during this step, because all I'm trying to do is getting my guideline of how I'm going to apply my tip, how I'm going to apply my acrylic, sorry. That way I don't have to do too much filing in the end. So I'm not making sure everything is perfectly straight, but somewhat straight, but just not 100%, because I'm going to do that work after I'm done applying my acrylic. And this is one of my techniques to save time. I don't get the nail perfectly straight when I'm pre-shaping. I do get it, like I said, somewhat straight enough to my satisfaction. Now I'm going to blend the tips to the natural nail for a smoother application, and this also prevents lifting. I already completed the first step of my prepping, which was dehydrating with the alcohol. So now I'm just going to come in with my protein bond and my primer. When I'm applying protein bond and primer, I try not to use too much, because you don't want to over flood the cuticle. You want to use just enough that's going to make the entire nail plate looks wet, and you can look at what I'm doing as a reference. So don't have the primer running all down your client's nail and all that. That is so unnecessary, and that can also create a barrier in between the nail plate and the acrylic, because it's just too much liquid. Today, like I said, I'll be doing a soft white set, and this acrylic is called Lace Me from 876 Nails, of course, and all the products that I use to complete this set will be left in the description. So my first bead, I'm going to place that just above the cuticle area, and I'm going to gently tuck it back in the cuticle, allowing the acrylic to flow to the tip of the natural nail. In order to do a one ball method, guys, your liquid to powder ratio has to be on point, because you don't want the acrylic to be running too much, and you definitely don't want it to be too dry. So make sure you're practicing your liquid to powder ratio. Also, what I noticed with a lot of beginners, they overthink the acrylic process. So instead of making the acrylic work for them and flowing, they are overworking it and they are creating a mess. So make sure you're not overthinking the process. Only do what needs to be done. This video is not sped up, so you can use this as an example of what I'm saying. Even though I placed the acrylic down, I didn't go immediately to tucking in and cleaning the sides, and you know what I'm saying. Sometimes when you place the acrylic down, it's already doing the work for you. It's already flowing. You do not have to go in with the excess work. All you most times need to do is guide it and tuck it in the cuticle. That way it flows nicely around the cuticle and in the sidewalls, and you guide it properly. If it is running, that's a different story, if it's overflowing. But if your consistency looks like this, just be gentle with your acrylic and clean the sides, tuck it in the cuticle and watch it flow. Gently guide it. Like when you're stroking it to the tip of the nail, do not stroke it aggressively because you do not want to remove all your acrylic. And that's another mistake a lot of beginners make when they're guiding their acrylic to the tip of the nail. They're using so much pressure, and all they're doing is removing the acrylic from the nail, in which all you need to do is guide it, and you want to make sure that you're keeping the acrylic on top of the nail. That way you don't have to consistently come back from your powder to the nail trying to rebuild the structure. If you pick up a bead and your intention is to cover it from the, let's say from where the tip and the natural nail meets to the free edge, use that bead to do exactly that, and then your apex bead, and then your cuticle bead. So whatever you pick up, try to keep it on top of the nail, unless you recognize that it's excessive and you want to remove some. But if you pick up the perfect bead, you should be aiming to keep that bead on top of the nail and controlling it, not using all that pressure and removing it from the nail. You always want to make sure you're cleaning your sidewalls, and you always want to make sure you're cleaning the sides of the tip as well, because this is going to help you with shaping and drilling in the end. If you want to save time, you have to keep pressing against the nail, making sure you're keeping the shape, and you always have to make sure that you're cleaning your cuticles and your sidewalls. If any acrylic flow underneath the nail, you always want to make sure that you clean that immediately. Don't let it dry. Now you have a bulk of acrylic underneath. It's bulky on the sides, it's lumpy on top. So just be intentional with your acrylic application. Be gentle, be patient, and go slower. Focus and go slower. You do not need to rush this. Now it's time for shaping, and I'm coming back with my 100 grit hand file, and I'm making sure that the nail is lined up with the sidewalls. If you're doing square or tapered square, you always want to make sure that your lines are straight down the sidewall. Like when you look at the tip of the nail and look down the sidewall, everything should look straight, not flared off, because once it's flared off, it's going to look super wide and it's going to look like duck nail. So make sure that you're eyeing your sidewalls and keeping the tip and the sidewall in line with each other. I like to go up and down when I'm filing my free edge, because this just gives me more precision and more control of the shaping. drill bit for filing, and I'm going to leave the link to this bit in the description. When I'm filing, my main aim is to seal my cuticles because my acrylic application was already precise and neat. And this is what I mean when I say spend time on your acrylic application, because this is going to save you time. Shaping will be fast and drilling will be fast. That's 20-30 minutes easy off your timing. So like I said, my main focus right now is just sealing my cuticles and making sure the surface of the nail is smooth. If you're scared to get in your sidewalls because it's not a safety bit, you can get a safety bit and use one, but I'm telling you that your safety bit is not sealing the nail properly. So if you're using a safety bit, maybe you can come in with one of the cuticle bit and go around the sidewalls and the cuticle area after you're done with your safety bit, because you just want something to get all the way back there close to the skin, and your cuticle bit can get that job done for you. My drill is at 19,000, 20,000 RPM usually, but you do not have to file at 20,000. You can even start at 10,000 and just increase your speed as you get comfortable. Make sure you keep your drill moving, that way you do not burn your client. I always keep my drill moving. Do not keep it in the same spot for too long, because then heat is going to start to build up and that's going to obviously burn your client. Whenever I am drilling, I always use my pinky finger to keep the drill stable. So the pinky finger is really like my stabilizer. As you can see, I keep moving it around because I do not want the drill to keep running around my client's nail, and that's going to scare both me and my client. So the pinky finger is really your stabilizer. You want to keep it moving. You can place it on your client's hand or even on your hand. Sometimes it's resting on my hand as well, but you have to use that pinky finger to help you keep your drill stable. After this, all I really did was buff, send my clients to wash their hands, and then I'm going to cleanse with the lint-free wipes and alcohol, because we're doing a chrome set and I want to take extra precautions, that way my chrome doesn't stick in places that I do not want it to stick. So I use this method as a better way to isolate my chrome before I apply it. Now to do this design, I mixed black and clear top coat. So it's supposed to be more top coat than black polish. So the black polish is just supposed to be lightly seen. As you can see, what I'm applying, you can hardly see the black. So I mix mostly clear with the black. And then I'm going to let her cure this for like 20 seconds. And then I'm going to apply the chrome with the chrome stick. It's like an eyeshadow stick. So you could even use a sponge or anything, but you always want to make sure that you're using something just to isolate the chrome even better. So for my chrome, like I said, I cure for 20 seconds and then I go ahead and apply the chrome, and I mix black polish with no wipe top coat. If you do not cure the top coat long enough, the chrome will not be that glossy, shiny. It will have that hashy look, and I hate that hashy looking chrome. I think the ring finger, I did go back in like a few times, no, maybe one time, and redo it because it was coming out ashy like that. See, look at that comparing to the pinky finger. I was like, no. So I let her cure it one more time, and then I applied it again, and that's because she took it out the light too fast. So the cure time is important in applying your chrome. Like I said, 20 seconds usually gets the job done. You don't want to cure it too long either, because the chrome might not stick. Removing any excess chrome before I apply my top coat, because I do not want to apply top coat and then chrome is also on the white part of the nail where it's not isolated, you know. So the more you can remove most of the chrome, the cleaner the set will look. So yeah, this is what we came up with. I really love this set, guys. Let me know what you think about this set in the description, and please, in the comment section, my bad. And please do not forget to like this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and share the video with someone that you know can learn from this. Let me know what you want to see me do next, and until next time, big up on yourself. And like I said before, I will leave all the links in the description box of the products that I use today. So the top coat that I'm using, this is a D&D top coat, but what I did was I bought this bottle, and I bought the, like, I think it's a 36 ounce of top coat. So I just keep refilling this bottle, but it is D&D. Don't mind that you're not seeing the name on the bottle, but this is D&D no wipe top coat. And I just feel like that's more cost effective, just to buy a big bottle of top coat and just keep refilling your small top coat, because I use top coat a lot, and if I should buy just the small bottles like weekly or whatever, that's going to be too much. And then sometimes I'm so low and I forget to buy a new one, so I just go ahead and buy a big top coat and the big base coat. I think it's 36 ounce, and then I just refill the bottles, and that's it. And I think I saved so much money. I haven't bought top coat in like 3 months, so there's that. And that is the best way for me. And also, I wanted to tell you that I do top coat my chrome 2 times, you know, because your clients, they're in water every day and you don't want the chrome to chip very fast. So I do top coat my chrome twice, and that usually works. They usually come back with the chrome on. All right, guys, see you in the next video. Bye.